Welcome back to Garden of the Geeks. Today we're going to have a small fall tour. Not much to show. We do have a few things going. We got our, what they're calling Mexican oregano. Look at it. I am going to have to whack that back hardcore. If you look here, here's our clementine tree with a couple of clementines on it. The one that the cameraman or camera woman is almost stepping on is a moringa. That's fresh from seed this year. Over here we have another moringa. That's from seed last year, but he's getting really shaded. And you know, he's competing with that artichoke down there. So we have some just native flowers here, Globe Mellow. I'm not sure what color, they haven't flowered yet, but I think there's some buds there. Then we got this nasty piece of work. Has beautiful, sweet tasting pods, has the sweetest tasting mesquite pods for grinding for flour that what I've been told, but it's got some thorns on it, and those are just fresh babies. Some of the old ones down in here are 1 inch to 2 inches long, and I am not going to find one for you because, ow. Our acacia. Yeah, they're all over the place in there. They like to hide. There's some nice ones. Our acacia is nice and flowered out. We planted this 3 years ago, I think? 4 years ago. And it wasn't even, I think it was half as tall as this little branch down here. It was like 2 sticks. Nothing to it. That stick now is this guy.
17.
And it actually had 6 to 7 inches broken off of it at one point in time. You can kind of see where it started growing from that again. My single trunk chaste tree. Yeah, I guess these are really hard to find because they're usually grown multi-trunk. I looked for many moons and I finally found one at a nursery. That trunk's doubled in size since I put it in. I think this branch is going to have to come off sooner or later. We'll figure that out. But it's looking good, smelling good, drawing in lots of bees. I got my fall beds, one of my fall beds started over here. I got the wife's lime basil with this bee on it. See the little guy there? He's like, leave me alone. I got some shishito peppers. This guy here is a single cabbage because they're going to get huge. He's going to take over this whole area and then some. Purple kohlrabi. Don't remember what variety of broccoli, but this is all broccoli.
Yum, yum, yum.
I pointed out this is just a regular sweet basil growing right out of the base of this, what they're calling a jalapeno. Not a peno or something like that.
Yeah, jalapeno.
It tastes like a jalapeno without the spice. My wife likes it. I showed you the purple kohlrabis. Just a chard, not a Swiss chard, they're just regular chard. Swiss chard all along here. I like the stick. I'm going to hold on to this. It's a good pointer.
It's a good pointer.
I just pulled up some Iatoy onions. I'm going to replant these. They originally planted with one early spring, and each one of these clumps just exploded. This was one.
Those do smell good.
Oh, that smells amazing.
Spicy.
So I'm going to get these replanted. They were planted here originally. I'm getting ready to tear this bed apart and add some soil and redo everything just so I can add some more cabbage over here. We got another lime basil. This is an Anaheim pepper from Bonnie Plants. It's got a couple of peppers on it that I missed when I staked it up to the side there. I noticed them. I was like, oh, wow, whoops. I have some just regular green onions from the store. This little herb back here is common rue. I'm going to have to dig him up. The mint is going to have to get out of here. Dinosaur kale is starting to come back from the hot heat. Yeah. Sweet potatoes, they're starting to thicken up and take off. I'm going to have to try to get those all out of there. Try being the key word. So that's that. Here's the dirt that I'm going to be using. Some of it. I have...
Okay, my hand can't hold this camera for 20 minutes.
Okay, well, that's why I'm trying to hurry. Alright, well, here we have more sweet potatoes, some Egyptian spinach, more sweet potatoes, loofahs. I got 3 of them growing. There's one. I don't know if you could see it.
The sun's not right.
It's not playing nice.
I think you're going to see it there.
Okay, lots of flowers everywhere, which means lots of bees.
It's white.
I call this my loofah tree because I
Right there.
follow the finger. Watch out, that screw's right behind your head.
I'm not gonna
And there's 3 of them up there, but there's tons more flowers, so we got a long time for them to still grow out. I mean, mid-December, and it's mid-October. They got 2 months to grow out. And they will. Because some of those are only a couple of days old, and they're just growing like weeds.
see, there's another one hiding right there.
My watermelons did not do good this year. They put on lots of vine and then died back, put on more vine, died back. It just was a fight all year with those guys. Dinosaur kale that's done its due. And there's another shishito and Anaheim back over there next to the grate. Barbados cherry that's flowering, just like its friend over here. We haven't gotten many cherries off of them yet, but this is still... No, this isn't their first year. This is their second year, right?
Yeah,
This is their second year in the
we
ground.
got them like February of last year.
I lost my Egyptian walking onions that were down there. I think I just got shaded out by the bougainvillea. A shishito pepper that was a volunteer, and Thai basil that was a volunteer. Here's the original Thai basil plant down here. I've done nothing with this for like 2 years. I put it down there and just left it and look at it. Kind of like these green onions in this pot down there. And there's more basil growing down. Wow. Okay. Aloe vera getting ready to flower. Poor confused thing. Look, it is flowering again. Crazy. Ah, see, there's the Anaheim I was telling you about. Or Armenian. See, he's growing right out of the creosote bush, basically. This Armenian has just, geez Louise, it's taken off. It was one in this bed over here. Down here is the base. There was just one of them. And it went all up into this tree. It took over 2 tomato cages. It went to town. My Thai roselle, I'm finally getting some roselles off of this every other day. One of the things I'm proud of, and it's finally flowering, is my chiltepin pepper. It's an Arizona native, and they produce small hot peppers, and that needs to get off of it. And I'm just looking forward to this growing. Trying to get a picture of the flower.
Picture of you.
Castor bean. This is the giant castor bean. He's actually 2 years old. He is not growing well for me.
About 4.5 feet.
Oh, I've poisoned myself. I'm gonna die now.
Oh no.
I touched it. Actually, they're not as bad as people think. You looking down there at the sweet potatoes?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got a few sweet potatoes in the yard. A mosquito just bit me. My sugar cane that I got from Janine is finally putting on red stalks. It's looking beautiful down there.
Sugar cane about 5 feet tall.
The sugar cane? Oh yeah, easily 5 feet.
Mulberry.
One I'm especially proud of, besides the Pakistan mulberry here that the wife loves, her favorite fruit now. You can't deny that.
Kumquats and mulberries.
Cold cuts and mulberries, which she didn't know till she moved here. Cinnamon tree. This is where the cinnamon bark comes from. I'm going to have to grow it in shade like this for a long time until it gets established. I am going to keep it as a container plant. Then right back here, you know, because the sun comes up from behind that tree, you can kind of see where it's coming up. It gets a good bit of shade. What?
Going down. That's the west side.
Going down, whatever. Where the sun does come in and baketh. Let's go back this direction. Oh. We're just going to do the side yard today. It's actually taking quite a bit. This is a pomelo that my wife has grown from seed. It is a special variety that I'm not going to give too much away, but it was grown by locally. I believe he's going to patent it. I'm not 100% sure because they don't come true from seed, but we can hope that that comes out just like that. Yeah, very much so. And the other day I noticed I had a couple of flowers on my starfruit. Now today I noticed there's probably at least 20 flowers. There's a whole bunch of clustering flowers right in here in my starfruit tree.
Hold on, point to him again.
What? The starfruit flowers?
Yes.
You want my hand behind them so you can see them?
There we go.
The ones I noticed the other day were somewhere in there. Now I have no clue. Gonna keep this a container for a while.
Yum, yum,
Okra that she's looking at, it's pretty much done its due and is going to be coming out soon.
That'll be seed.
My cotton, or my ice cream bean tree down here. That's a little grown from seed. He's 2 years old. We have a couple of more things over here. I'll show you, and then we'll call it good. We'll probably do the other side in another video. But right here, Surmain cherry. I thought it was dead when I brought it home. It just shocked it, but it has put on a lot of new growth. Just about every. I'm not going to touch that one because it's got new growth on it, and it's doing really good. And Acerola, I cloned using my clone machine. Had 2 leaves on it a week ago. Now look at it. Or Barbados cherry. Just a piece of jasmine I picked up for a couple bucks. I thought I killed it, and now look. Woohoo! My Jamaican cherry / strawberry tree. Here's a little fruit. They don't get much bigger than that, but they'll get nice and red. And they have like a very mild cotton candy taste. And they're not very sweet, which I love. So, in this bed here, oh, squishy ground. We got a tree collards that I had gotten from Jake Mace. My original mother plant had passed on, and well, here it is. I took a piece and put it down over here, and as soon as it starts to branch out, I'm going to snip a few and clone the heck out of that, because I like the taste. Bell pepper, Krishna basil? No.
Yeah, Holy Krishna, I think.
Holy Krishna basil.
Holy basil.
Holy basil. And then look behind it, more lime basil. There's a shock. And Whistle Thicket's Pumpkin Challenge. I failed. I did not get a single pumpkin on this vine. If I had to pull it back because when I redid wood chips, but nothing. It flowered once. A blood orange I just put in this year for the wife. Let's get over here. A couple more things. We'll cut it at the Oro Blanco. My passion fruit vine gets a lot of heat. In fact, the temperature probably jumped 10 degrees from stepping out from under the shade. It's hot.
The sun touched me.
Yeah. And then another piece of sugar cane I'd given to my aunt, and then she'd give back because she wasn't going to use it. My pathetic attempt at Jerusalem artichokes. I just think it's getting too hot over here. I mean, there's the asphalt right behind it. The Oscar Mulberry. African Sumac. They're fairly fast growers, and they produce tons and tons of shade and tons of leaf litter. And if you look down, I'm all about chop and drop. A mesquite tree seedling. I guarantee it came from that one over there. That mesquite right over there is where I'm sure the seeds are from. More sweet potato. Some cotton. Actually, gonna get a couple more flowers and a few more balls. Look at that.
I told you there were flowers.
Are there any cotton?
Oh, there's another one over there.
Yeah?
On the edge.
This one right there?
Yep. And one down there.
Mm-hmm. We're gonna get a few more cotton balls off of it. They make pretty flowers.
They are pretty flowers.
I'm not seeing any cotton balls today.
We'll have to do another video when they're ready.
Yeah. Our wonderful pomegranate.
Yeah, but what kind is it? Ha ha.
I don't know if you can, how well you can see it, but the sweet potato in here is kind of obscuring it, but there's some asparagus right there. There was some back here somewhere.
Real guy. Right over there.
Yeah. Those just came up in the last couple of days, actually. So this is its second year. I should be getting harvestable stalks next year, we hope. And then my pink guava, which he's taken some heat too. Arizona, it takes a lot of heat, and I'm so afraid of overwatering, I end up underwatering. But he's got tons of suckers coming out I'm going to have to trim off, it looks like. And I'm not 100% sure what this is, but I grew it from seed. There it is. Ah, and my papaya tree.
That's looking good.
Yes, it is. That's not so good. Huh. A volunteer African sumac that I have no idea where that came from. Because, you know, I went and spent $20 and bought mine, and then that grows up. Jerk. No. Well, we'll cut it there. We'll cut it there today, because I still got a few more things. Well, you know, let's just keep on. That's only going to be about 5 more minutes at the most. Some volunteer tree. I think it's an acacia of some sort. Whatever. He decided to grow. Free shade. This is a 2-year-old mesquite that I had to try. I had to trim because it was so tall. It was hanging over the fence and almost touching the ground over there. And it was so stringy, I had to cut it here. I mean, it was just one long stalk. I had a 10-foot stake on it up to about here, and it was still hanging over the fence. Our cans were melting sooner or later. Our mess. A bunch of dragon fruit and other things that they're doing. Another Pakistan mulberry tree. This gets a lot of sun and reflected heat off of this shed here. And if you can, it probably just came out of the sun probably 10 minutes ago, and it's what, almost 3 in the afternoon. So yeah, it gets sun from sun up to about 3. Pineapple we ate the other day. I let it sit on the counter too long. It wasn't happy, but if you look in the middle there, new growth. Moringa tree. Hopefully, he's only grown about 6 inches this year, so, but he's only been in the ground for 3 months. Anyways, we'll see what happens. Our creosote we planted 4 years ago and never water, and look at it. I'm standing on a pile of wood chips that's easily 2 feet taller than the base. Yeah, easily 2 feet taller than the base. I'm almost 7 feet, and it's easily
18 inches at least.
What?
It's at least 18 inches taller.
Oh, it's at least 18 inches to 2 feet taller. This is 10 feet here, and this is almost level with it. So I'm sure this is a foot taller than that. So yeah, this one's 10 feet, and that one's a few inches taller. So yeah, it's at least 10 feet tall. Once again, I never water it, but oh, if cameras had smell-o-vision. Oh, that is one of the best smells in the entire world. And it's not the creosote you see for used for railroad ties. Lemongrass, rosemary, more sugar cane, black bamboo with white ridges. I'm hoping that takes off because, you know, shade. As you can see, our cars right here. Oh sure, go around the easy way.
Or I could just show off all the neighbors in the video.
So yeah, I just planted this a month ago. So we'll see what happens. I got a well around here. It's, oh, there's new growth right there. I think there's a new comb. That rock out of the way, yeah. So, well, we'll see. This was a moringa tree I cut a piece off of, and, well, it didn't root too well. Eh, whatever, I'll plant a seed there. Most cantankerous plot I've ever had. I planted 2 kumquats here. They both died really quickly, and then I said I gave up and I just left it alone. And then the rootstock of the last one started putting up that. Whatever. My sugarcane jujube tree. Love this thing. Last year it was a stick. cut to here. Literally just a stick. And it put all this on, and many suckers like that one that I've had to take off. So it did flower a couple of times, but it didn't set any fruit. This right here was a piece about like this. I cut it, stuck it in the ground 2 years ago, and now look. No roots on it, I just stuck it in the ground and watered it. I'm thinking there's roots on it now. This, you can see it's kind of even with this. I had to chop it back hard the other day. And it's overgrowing the bricks again already. So, you want a good fast-growing ground cover? Several clumps of this. Elephant food, it's a jade plant. What you?
Trying to get the roots of the...
More garbage is blown in.
And the base of the honeysuckle.
Yeah. Yeah, I love the smell this puts off when it flowers. Oh, super sweet. It's got all kinds of little berries on it. So I'm hoping those are seed. I don't know. Oh no, spreading honeysuckle. We're about to get interrupted here in a minute. So let's power on. 4 years ago, this was a single piece about that big. No roots or anything. I let it sit on the ground for a few days and then I stuck it in the ground and there we go.
Mommy, can we go to Lito's house?
Do you have homework?
Go check your homework. Real quick, Moringa Tree I grew from seed. It's 2.5 years old now. Well, this one's 2.5 years old. This one's about 2 years
A
old.
year and a half.
So, and I have chopped and chopped on this. Thing just grows. My wife's lemon tree. This was maybe 3 feet tall when we put it in, 4 feet tall. It's going on its 4th year. One of the first things we put in, we had nothing but rock out here. And, well, it has really taken off this year. I think I finally said, you know what, I'm just going to grow. And we're back around. So, well, we got native wolfberries, which once again I've had to hack on quite a bit. I got my neem tree, I got my bay leaf, all kinds of random stuff. Capers, this is one of 3 spots I have them growing in. This got really long and stringy. I got whacked back, I thought it was dead, and now it's just like, yep, you know what, I'm going to grow. This neem tree was about the size of this branch totally when I put it in last year. I put it in this pot about last year fall, and this year fall it's going nuts. So I'm hoping to keep it in a pot for a while. When we move out to our land, we have a 10-foot neem tree. Well, that's it for us today. Thanks for tuning in, and as always, please like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.